Welcome to the Northwest Sports Fanatics YouTube channel. I am your host, Orion. I got a great show for you here today. We got the Seattle Mariners versus the Los Angeles Angels. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 4 minutes. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. Happy Saturday, everyone. Heroes from last night, the best all-around player, offense and defense for the Seattle Mariners in the early part of the season, our guy Cole Young, and on the right, a future Hall of Famer center fielder Mike Trout. We ended up winning 3-1 in 10 innings last night because of Cole Young and Josh Naylor. Great to be able to see Naylor do his thing, and Cole Young is continuing to show that he can be dominant on offense and defense. Now let's get into the starting lineups here first for the visiting Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners in right field, it is Luke Raley. Batting second, catching today for Seattle, big dumper Cal Raleigh. Batting third, playing center field, it's J-Rod Julio Rodriguez. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, first baseman, it's Nails Josh Naylor. Batting fifth, playing left field, Randy Arozarena. Batting sixth, DHing for Seattle, the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. Batting seventh, playing shortstop for the Mariners, welcome back, J.P. Crawford. Batting eighth, playing second base, the best overall player, offense and defense so far, Cole Young. And batting ninth, filling in for Brendan Donovan that has a minor growing injury. He is day-to-day, so we're going to have third baseman Leo Rivas. And on the mound for the Mariners with a 1-0 record, an ERA of 0, 9 Ks to 1 walk, incredible, Emerson Hancock. And now let's get into the starting lineups for the Los Angeles Angels. Leading off for the Angels at shortstop, Zach Neto. Batting second, playing center field, the future Hall of Famer, Mike Trout. Batting third, playing first base, Nolan Shonowell. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, DHing for the Angels, Jorge Soler. Batting fifth, playing third base for Los Angeles, Yoan Moncada. Batting sixth, playing right field, Joe Adele. Batting seventh, formerly of the Tampa Bay Rays, left fielder Josh Lowe. Batting eighth, catching today for Los Angeles, Logan O'Hoppe. And batting ninth, playing second base, Oswald Peraza. And on the mound for the Angels will be Jack Kohanowitz. And like I mentioned just moments ago, Brendan Donovan had a minor growing injury. First, it was reported it was a leg injury. Then, obviously, they did the MRI since he ended up having a hernia surgery at the end of last season, just to make sure that there wasn't anything serious. He is day-to-day. I would assume that he'll be back more than likely at some point during the Rangers series that starts Monday. Is it possible that he could be back for the game tomorrow on Easter? It's possible, but I would probably assume they'll give him a few days to kind of recover. And I assume by the Rangers series on Monday, more than likely that's when we'll see him, unless he feels like he's good to go tomorrow, which definitely could be possible. Just great to know that it's nothing major, because he's been our best player offensively between him and Cole Young. We can't afford to have our best player as far as a hitter go down this early in the season. Thankfully, he is okay. We're going to be shooting for 100 likes, 100 on that Dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Daniel in the building. What's good? Happy Saturday. Marine Bean in the building as usual. How are you? Logan in the building. Let's go, baby. And let me get all my screens settled here. All right, I think I got everything situated. All right, and we are good to go. And it's great to be able to, not see like a Rob Refsnyder leading off. And again, a little unfortunate, with injuries that we've had this season. And again, it's one of those things. It's baseball. It's a 162 game season, a very long, period of time of close to 6 months. So, as we know, it's a part of the game, but thankfully Brandon Donovan, just a minor growing injury day to day. He'll be back in a day or two. First pitch from Jack Kohanowitz to Luke Raley. Takes a strike looking right down the middle. Four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Kohanowitz on the mound, Luke Raley in the box. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour by Kohanowitz. No balls and 2 strikes to Luke Raley. Come on, Luke. 0-2 pitch, big swing and a miss, change up 91 miles an hour, and down goes Luke Raley, and that is 1 away. Not the ideal start that we wanted for Luke leading off. Wanted him to work the count a little bit more, and hopefully he will as the game progresses. 1 away. Next up, the big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. On deck, in the 3-hole, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Jack Kohanowitz on the mound. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh in the box. And there's a few guys that are definitely overdue for home runs. Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, Josh Naylor, and Randy Arozarena, just to name a few. First pitch from Kohanowitz to big dumper. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour, high and away, 0-1 count. Top of the first inning, 0-0 here early in Anaheim with nobody on and 1 out. 0-1 pitch, hard hit ball, deep right field, back. Did he get it? Oh my God, how did Joe Adell get that? I thought for sure that was going to be out of the ballpark, but Joe Adell with a Julio Rodriguez no-fly zone type of catch. My goodness, what a play by Joe Adell, robbing Cal Raleigh of a home run. Unbelievable. And again, just when we were mentioning how, Cal Raleigh is due, climbs up about 3 feet, 4 feet above the wall to rob a home run of the big dumper. Hopefully Cal will be able to make up for that later in the game, but you got to give kudos where kudos needs to be given. Joe Adell, I see you. Next up, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. First pitch from Kohanowitz to Julio, slider low and at the knees, 89 miles an hour inside, 1-0 count. Kohanowitz on the mound, Julio Rodriguez in the box. Unbelievable. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking with that slider, 86 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike to Julio Rodriguez. And obviously, if Brendan Donovan wasn't hurt, he would be leading off in this game today, considering we're going against a righty, not a lefty. But, had a little bit of a growing pull last night. They pulled him a little bit early, ran the test since he had a hernia surgery at the end of last season, came up negative. So, again, he will be back in, day to day. Pitch fouled off there by Julio, out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. 1-2 pitch, a little slow dribbler, fouls it off himself. Goes towards third base and foul. Sinker, 93 miles an hour by Kohanowitz. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. Would have been amazing if we could have gotten that Cal Raleigh home run out of the way. A lot of these guys have been pressing in the lineup. Cal, Julio, Naylor, Randy. And again, it's just a matter of time, when these guys will go yard. And then once one guy goes yard, you have to assume, it'll happen for the others, maybe in the same game or shortly after. 1-2 pitch, high and away. Good eye there by Julio. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. Four-seam fastball, 98 miles an hour there by Kohanowitz. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Top of the first inning, 0-0 here early between the Mariners and the Angels. Hard hit ball towards first base, and it gets past the first baseman, rolls into right field, and a beautiful single there by Julio Rodriguez, my man. And again, when Julio gets going early, it's a good sign of, amazing things possibly to come. Great job, J-Rod. Just getting past Nolan Shanoel at first base and rolling into right field. Nice way to pull that baseball towards that first base line. Nice job, J-Rod. Next up, one of the heroes from last night with Cole Young, first baseman Josh Naylor. Definitely has been struggling, but within the last few games, he's starting to get into a rhythm. And Naylor on the first pitch with a bloop single into left field. Julio pressing, going to third, and he is safe. Naylor pumping the brakes at first, not wanting to get out. Great job here by Julio and Josh Naylor. He is starting to heat up. I like it, baby. I see you, Nails. Now we have runners on the corners at first and third with 2 outs. Let's go. Next up in left field in the 5-hole, Randy Arozarena. Jack Kohanowitz on the mound, Randy Arozarena in the box. Great start here. Even if we don't bring anybody home in the first, to be able to get guys on board is always a good sign for things to come. And hopefully we'll be able to knock them in. But if not, normally speaking, if you leave a couple guys on early, usually they'll be able to come home, by the second or the third. First pitch is low and at the knees to Arozarena, 1-0 count. Sinker 97 miles an hour by Kohanowitz. 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike looking low and at the knees, but right on the corner for a strike. Sinker 96 miles an hour there by Jack Kohanowitz. 1 ball and 1 strike with runners on the corners at first and third and 2 outs. 0-0 here early in the top of the first. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 1-1 pitch. And just gets a little piece there. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Pitches low and away. Now, this is interesting. On the game broadcast, it shows a 2-2 count, but on, through the websites, through ESPN, they got it 3-1. This will be interesting to see how this plays out here. Now they change it to 2-2. That's what I thought. 2-2 pitch, and that is strike 3 looking on Randy Arozarena. He stands there in disbelief, and let's look on the pitch graph to see where it was. I think it was right on the line. Randy does not challenge. We leave 2 stranded, but a good start, obviously, there. And as I'm looking at the pitch graph, it looks like it actually was a ball. And if Randy would have challenged that, we might have been able to win that. That was inside by at least an inch or 2. So an unfortunate strike 3 there. But again, we'll see if we can end up getting a couple ABSs to go our way later in the game. Let's go to the bottom of the first inning and see who's up next here for Los Angeles. Next up for the Angels, leading off at shortstop, Zach Neto. Batting second, the future Hall of Famer center fielder, Mike Trout. And batting third in the 3-hole, first baseman, Nolan Shanoel. And on the mound for the Mariners, probably the most dominant pitcher to start the season in the starting 5. And he's filling in for Bryce Miller and doing a hell of a job. 1-0 record with an ERA of 0, Emerson Hancock. Let's go, baby. 70 subs to go to 23,700. We're at 23,630. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. There you go. You beat me to the punch just as I was about to type it in. Thank you so much. We're at 21 likes, 79 more to get to a hundo. Let's get it, baby. Roy in the building. What's good? Tech in the building. What's good? Let's get it, baby. Bullard in the building from the Philippines. I love it. Good morning. It's obviously evening here, but great to have you. We got a great global audience on this channel as well, not just in the United States, Canada, and as well as Mexico, Philippines, Japan, you name it, we're there. First pitch from Emerson Hancock to Zach Neto. Big swing and a miss. Sinker, 95 miles an hour, low and at the knees, 0-1 count. Bottom of the first inning, 0-0 here early. Mariners were started to threaten, obviously early with hits, by Julio as well as Josh Naylor back-to-back. Cal getting robbed of a home run. A much better start to the first inning, even though we didn't get a run on the board. And again, there's a pretty good chance we might be able to get to 5 runs plus here tonight if that continues. 1-1 pitch, low and away. Sweeper, 79 miles an hour there by Emerson Hancock. 2 balls and 1 strike to Zach Neto. Emerson Hancock on the mound. Zach Neto in the box. 2-1 pitch, hard hit ball, deep left field, back. See ya! And Emerson Hancock gives up his first home run of the season. Zach Neto on point to start off the game. And again, if Cal Raleigh would have been able to get his home run, we would be tied 1-1 or maybe even ahead at this point. But you got to give Zach Neto credit. He crushes it to left center, 443 feet, a no-doubter, 1-0 Angels. And Emerson Hancock's got to be able to put that behind him and settle in. Next up, the future Hall of Famer in the 2-hole, center fielder Mike Trout. On deck in the 3-hole, first baseman Nolan Shonowell. Not exactly what we wanted to be able to see, to start off, with Emerson Hancock being so electric in his first start. But again, our pitching has been pretty damn good besides Logan Gilbert. It was a matter of time before, something would happen to Hancock. Just kind of unfortunate. It happened early. It happened to Gilbert and Kirby as well early in their first starts. And even though this is Emerson's second, hopefully that'll be the only home run he gives up. 0-1 pitch, fouls it off towards that third base line. Sweeper, 79 miles an hour, off speed by Hancock. No balls and 2 strikes to Mike Trout. Standing with Ukraine, absolutely. 0-2 pitch, hard hit ball towards third base. Leo Rivas is there. Laser to first to Josh Naylor. My man. And that is 1 away. I've been streaming for 14 years. This is my 10th year on YouTube. We are approaching 6 million views on the channel sooner than later. Obviously, we have aspirations and goals to be able to get to that 25,000, 30,000 K sub mark. And I think that we will be able to get that sooner than later. Obviously, we'll see how the rest of the season goes, but definitely has been a pleasure to be the alternate voice for the Seattle Mariners here on YouTube. Hard hit ball. Julio dives for it and misses. Get up, Randy. And a hard hit ball there. And Emerson Hancock getting roughed up here a little bit early, and that ends up being a double. Julio is down on one knee. I hope he's okay. And again, we saw a few of our outfielders like Victor Robles dive and kind of get up a little slow. But Nolan Shonowell with a double to left. Julio taking a hard fall, trying to go for that ball in center field. Misses it by a split second, but it looks like he'll be okay. Nice hit there by Shonowell. Next up in the 4-hole, Jorge Soler. Hard hit ball towards third base and foul. Sweeper, 78 miles an hour there by Emerson Hancock. And remember, Emerson Hancock ended up having Mitch Garver, the first time around, and this is his first time, getting a game with Cal Raleigh. So obviously Cal is calling this game a little bit differently than with Mitch, the first time around, and hopefully they can have a connection here. 0-1 pitch, hard hit ball, goes into left field. Runner pumps the brakes at third, and we are in trouble here early in the bottom of the first. Jorge Soler, single to left, Shonowell to third, runners on the corners at first and third and 1 out. And if I'm the Mariners right now, I have a mound visit with Cal Raleigh, try to settle him down and see if we can get a slow dribbler up the middle for a double play to get out of this inning only down 1-0. If not, we're going to be down 2-3, 4-0 after this first inning. Got to settle in. Whatever these pitches that Cal is calling and the delivery by Hancock, much different than game 1, where he was electric with Mitch Garver. Definitely getting roughed up by the Angel hitters here early, and they were definitely motivated, just like the Mariner batters, early in the first inning. You know, obviously when you go in a game where you only get one hit the whole game, you know, definitely not something they were expecting in their season home opener. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Yoan Moncada. Sweeper, 78 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes to Yoan Moncada. And I am noticing a lot of these pitches are under 85 miles an hour. So again, you know, if you're going off speed, that's great. But if the other team is seeing, you know, the pitches clearly, you know, you're going to get roughed up. And that's what's happening right now. 0-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. There we go. That's the heater I was waiting for. 96 miles an hour there by Emerson Hancock. Punches him out, and that is 2 away. We definitely needed that desperately. Down goes Yoan Moncada. Big swing and a miss. Next up, robbing Julio Rodriguez of a home run. Cal Raleigh of a home run in the top of the first. In the 6th hole, right fielder Joe Adell. Wow, wild pitch by Hancock. Goes all the way back to the backstop. Throw home. And got him! Unbelievable. Emerson Hancock hanging on to that ball. And that wild pitch that goes to the backstop. Cal with a perfect throw. Hancock with the perfect tag. And we are incredibly lucky to be only down 1-0. That kind of felt like we were going to be down 2, 3, 4, 5. Things were definitely going in a downward slope. And that was incredible. Terrible pitch there by Hancock. And you see how quickly Cal, he ends up, falling down. And as he's falling down and fading away, he gets a perfect throw, which normally never happens. And Hancock is right there at home plate to apply the tag. And again, if that throw was a split second later, easily safe. Huge play for the Mariners to keep us in the game early. Otherwise, we could possibly be down by multiple runs. Nice job by the defense. Terrible pitch there by Hancock. He definitely looks shaky here early, but I definitely would rather be down 1-0 rather than 2, 3, or 4. We already know what that's like. We played against the Guardians and Yankees, and we had that happen to us quite often in those 2 series. End of the first inning, 1-0 Angels. Crazy first inning, getting robbed of a home run, by Joe Adell, Cal Raleigh, then getting back-to-back hits by Julio and Naylor looking, pretty good. But again, weren't able to bring those guys home, and then them just going crazy. Neto with a leadoff home run. And then obviously Shawnuel, getting a double. And then Soler, Moncada. Man, we are extremely lucky. Let's see who's up next here in the top of the second inning for the Seattle Mariners. And let's see if we can get on the board and get our first run to tie this game up or take the lead. Next up for the Mariners in the top of the second inning, in the 6th hole, it's the Italian Stallion DHing Dominic Canzone. Batting second in the 7th hole, shortstop J.P. Crawford. And batting third in the 8th hole, second baseman, the best offense and defensive player combined so far to start the year, Cole Young. Brendan Donovan may be the best hitter, end up having that growing injury, but defensively, Cole Young has been the best overall, and hopefully he'll be able to lead us to victory. First pitch from Kohanowitz to Canzone, high and away with the 4-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Gain a sub on that last commercial break. Appreciate you. 69 subs to go to 23,700. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking, low and away. 4-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour by Jack Kohanowitz. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Italian Stallion, Dominic Canzone. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss there by Dom. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. Nasty changeup, 91 miles an hour by Jack Kohanowitz. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. Come on, Dom. 1-2 pitch, high and away. Changeup, 91 miles an hour, missing by Kohanowitz. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Angels with a leadoff homer by Zach Neto into left center to make it a early lead for Los Angeles. 2-2 pitch, and that is strike 3 looking. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour. Canzone is going to challenge, but I think this is going to be strike three. Let's see what ABS says. Looks strike three to me, but... And it is strike three. Down goes Dominic Canzone, the Italian stallion. Nothing at his first at-bat. Confirmed strikeout on the ABS. Mariners lose that first challenge on the ABS. Next up, in the 7-hole, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. On deck, in the 8-hole, second baseman, Cole Young. Jack Kohanowitz on the mound. J.P. Crawford in his second game of the season in the box. First pitch, takes a strike right down the middle. 0-1 count. Slider 89 miles an hour there by Kohanowitz. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Angels. Definitely feels like there's going to be quite a few more hits today and quite a few more possible home runs and RBI opportunities as well. 0-1 pitch. Takes a change-up down in the corner, but in the zone, but called ball. Change-up 91 miles an hour. Probably should be an 0-2 count, but 1 ball and 1 strike to J.P. Crawford. 1-1 pitch, fouls it to the FPM sign behind the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes to J.P. Crawford. Kohanowitz on the mound, J.P. Crawford in the box. Come on, J.P. One-two pitch, low and at the knees. Good eye there by J.P. Not swinging at garbage there. 2 balls and 2 strikes at J.P. Crawford. And we know J.P.'s defense will be good. It always is. It's just you never really know what you're going to get in the box with him. 2-2 pitch, and that is strike 3 looking. J.P. can't believe it, and he ends up walking to the dugout, and that is 2 away. Next up, second baseman in the 8-hole, the best overall player on the Mariners, offensively and defensively. Donovan has been the best hitter. Cole Young has been number 2 based off batting average, but defensively, Cole Young has been the best player on the team. And let's see if Cole Young can be the hero again here tonight. First pitch to Cole Young. Takes a strike looking, 4-seam fastball, low and away, 98 miles an hour there by Jack Kohanowitz. 0-1 count. Come on, Cole. 0-1 pitch and a hard hit ball towards first base and foul. Sinker, 96 miles an hour by Kohanowitz. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Angels. Oh-2 pitch, big swing and a miss, and a very quick inning there by Jack Kohanowitz, bringing a little bit of electricity for the Angels after their loss last night. Down go the Mariners, 1-2-3. Let's go to the bottom of the second inning and see who's next up here for Los Angeles. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Next up, from the Tampa Bay Rays, now a Los Angeles Angel, in the 7-hole, left fielder Josh Lowe. Batting second in the 8-hole, catcher Logan Ohapi. And batting third in the 9-hole, second baseman Oswald Peraza. And on the mound, struggling here early in his second start, 1-0 record, ERA of 0 coming into the game, but gave up a leadoff homer to Zach Neto, is Emerson Hancock. But we have to be very, blessed that we're not down 2-3-4-0. Because again, if Cal doesn't make that throw, off the wild pitch perfectly to Emerson Hancock, it's 2-0. And then it kind of feels like things are sliding out of control. And who knows, maybe they put up a couple more runs and we're down 4-0. And if that ends up happening that early in the game, very tough to come back from. $69 subs to go to 23,700. All right, we're at 40 likes, 60 more to get to 100. Looks like Joe Adell will be first at bat, considering that wild pitch by Hancock. He was still in the box. First pitch, hard hit ball by Joe Adell, shallow right field, and Luke Raley is there, and that is one away. And we know Joe Adell has home run power, and again, you got to be very careful on how you pitch to him. Now batting second, formerly of the Tampa Bay Rays, left fielder in the 7-hole, Josh Lowe, and batting third in the 8-hole, catcher Logan Ohapi. Emerson Hancock on the mound, Josh Lowe in the box. First pitch to Josh Lowe, low and away with a cutter, 88 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Bottom of the second inning with nobody on and one out, 1-0 Angels. Zach Neto with a solo dinger on Hancock in the first. And again, we're lucky we're only down one. Definitely was getting roughed up in that first inning. One-0 pitch, another ball there by Hancock. 2 balls and no strikes to Josh Lowe. 2-0 pitch, little slow dribbler. Naylor will toe tap the bag, and that is 2 away. Cutter and sinker, and then going back to that sinker to get Josh Lowe. Nice job there by Emerson Hancock, and that is 2 away. Next up for Emerson Hancock in the 8-hole, catcher Logan Ohapi. Emerson Hancock on the mound, Logan Ohapi in the box. First pitch, high and inside to Logan Ohapi, 1-0 count. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour there by Hancock on pitch number 1. Bottom of the second inning, nobody on with 2 outs, 1-0 Los Angeles. 1-0 pitch, and another wild pitch by Emerson Hancock. What is going on today with him? I don't think I've seen a guy look so electric, as, kind of the 6th man filling in for Bryce Miller in his first start, 1-0 with an ERA of 0. And he kind of looks terrible today, if I'm being honest. Already 2 pitches to the backstop and not looking good. 2-0 pitch, big swing and a miss by Logan Ohapi. Sinker, 96 miles an hour by Emerson Hancock. And it's obviously clear his off-speed stuff is not working today. The stuff that's in the 70s and the 80s, clearly the Angel players are seeing it. You got to go with that four-seam fastball or sinker, 95 to 98. That might be able to get us some outs. 2-1 pitch, fouls that one off towards third base and out of play. Sinker, 95 miles an hour there by Emerson Hancock. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Logan Ohapi. Two-two pitch. High and inside, check swing. Did he go? And he did not. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour there by Emerson Hancock. And again, he may have to start sticking to that sinker and that four-seam with that 95 to 97 mile an hour range, because the sweepers, in the 70s clearly isn't working here early. And remember, Mitch Garver caught his first game, not Cal Raleigh. 3-2 pitch. And strike 3 right down the middle looking. Beautiful sinker, 95 miles an hour. None of that off-speed garbage. And that is out number 3. Nice job there by M. Still had, a couple wild pitches, but it's better than giving up a home run like he did in the first inning. Great job settling down slightly, not all the way, and hopefully it'll get better as the game goes on. End of the second inning, 1-0 Angels. Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners in the top of the third inning. Filling in for Brandon Donovan, who's got a minor day-to-day growing injury. They ended up running an MRI, came back negative. He had hernia surgery at the end of last season for the Cardinals. Everything came up negative, so he should be back sooner but later. It could be tomorrow, could be Monday versus the Rangers. And filling in for Brandon Donovan in the 9-hole, third baseman Leo Rivas. I would love for Leo to drop a bunt down at some point in this game. Same thing goes for batter number 2, 0 for 1 with a K, right fielder Luke Raley. Small ball is king. And batting third, 0 for 1, who had a home run robbed by Joe Adell in the first inning. And it was probably the best hit ball Cal has had, even going back to the WBC. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. TJ in the building. What's good? And we're at 47 likes, 53 to 100. We're getting there. And I ended up getting a call from my dad, so I'm going to be able to have a little bit of family time for Easter. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it back in time for the 1:10 start on Easter tomorrow. I will be watching the game with my dad, obviously a little bit out of town, but I will be live on Monday for the Mariners and the Rangers. There should be only 2 games that I miss all year. Tomorrow's game for Easter, and then obviously on the 4th of July when I'm at T-Mobile versus the Blue Jays. So I apologize I won't be able to do the game tomorrow. I was really wanting to do it. If the game was on at like 5, I would be able to do it, but I'm going to be gone if it's going to be at 1. First pitch to Leo Rivas. Slider, low and away, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, hard hit ball towards first base and foul. 1 ball and 1 strike to Leo Rivas. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed when I saw the time that the game was going to be on tomorrow. I was kind of hoping it would be later, but, it is what it is. 1-1 pitch, and another ball there to Leo Rivas from Jack Kohanowitz. Top of the 3rd inning, 1-0 Angels with a Zach Neto solo dinger in the first. 2-1 pitch, big swing and a miss there by Leo Rivas. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kohanowitz to Rivas. And again, I usually work on my birthday, I work on Thanksgiving, I work at Christmas, so I don't mind working on holidays and whatnot, but, unfortunately, the time is, I'm not going to be back in time, but I have a good feeling the Mariners will play well with Castillo on the mound tomorrow. 2-2 pitch, high and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Leo Rivas. Come on, Leo. 3-2 pitch from Kohanowitz, low and away, and that is a 6-pitch walk. Nice job there by Leo. And Leo Rivas jogs to first off the walk. Next up, leading off for the Mariners because of the Brendan Donovan growing day-to-day injury, right fielder Luke Raley. And they could have went with Canzone leading off or Raley. Both have been good for us. And hopefully Raley will be better than his first at-bat, where he ended up striking out on 3 pitches. First pitch, low and away by Kohanowitz, 1-0 count. And I want to see some bunts drop down by either Raley, JP, or Rivas before this game is over. Give me at least 1 bunt. Give me some small ball. Throw to first to Leo Rivas. Leo was not sleeping, thank God, and got back to first, and he is safe. Top of the 3rd inning with a runner at first and no outs. 1-0 Angels with a Zach Neto solo dinger. But, on the flip side, Cal Raleigh had a home run robbed by Joe Adell, and he climbed up 4 feet above the wall and robbed him. And then we had back-to-back hits by Julio and Naylor. So if Cal would have been able to get that home run, who knows what could have happened after that. But great to see Julio and Naylor with hits early in the game, and hopefully they'll have something big later in the game. Pitch fouled off there, high and away. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour by Jack Kohanowitz. 1 ball and 1 strike to Luke Raley. Let's go, Luke. We need a nuke. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. Changeup, 90 miles an hour, low and away. That was nasty by Kohanowitz. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first and no outs. Top of the 3rd, 1-0 Angels. Come on, Luke. We need a nuke, baby. 1-2 pitch, hard hit ball, shallow center field. Should be a routine play for Mike Trout, and it is. And that is 1 away. Next up for the Mariners, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And again, that home run that was robbed was probably the best hit that I've seen besides the WBC where he had a few that went foul, that would have been a home run if it would have stayed fair. But that was definitely one of the best swings that I've seen, not only in spring training, the WBC where Cal struggled, and obviously up to this early part of the season. We've seen Cal get some nice RBIs down that first base line, but as far as like home run power and going deep, in that first inning, it was, beautiful. And I thought for sure it was going to be gone, but Joe Adell climbed the wall and ended up robbing the home run. And hopefully Cal will be able to get one at some point, if not today, hopefully tomorrow. Hard hit ball, Cal Raleigh, but it's going to be in shallow right field. And Joe Adell is there again. And that is 2 away. The crack of the bat, Cal is starting to get into a nicer rhythm. You can tell, because again, and a lot of those at-bats in the WBC, spring training, and early in the season, the timing was just a little bit off, right? And we know that pitchers recognize that, he hit 60 bombs last year. So they're going to pitch him inside, low and away, try to jam him inside. But when you get it right down the middle, he's got to be able to go for it. And unfortunately, that is 2 away. Next up is Julio Rodriguez, who's got a single so far. And here we go. First pitch by Julio, and another hit into right field. Julio Rodriguez, 2 for 2, and Leo Rivas with the speed is safe at third. Here we go. Now, if we can actually have what happened in the first inning, and we can get back-to-back hits by Julio and Naylor, we'll tie this game up 1-1 with 2 outs. Let's go, Naylor. And Naylor struggled for the first 5-6 games of the year, but within the last few, he has started to be able to get some hits, and him and Cole Young were the heroes last night to win 3-1 and 10. And let's see if Josh Naylor can get another hit, a blooper into the outfield, and it'll be 1-1 if he's able to do that. If he ends up hitting a slow dribbler, then it'll be out number 3. Let's see if Naylor has been able to get the timing down. Seems like his confidence is slowly but surely going up. Come on, Nails. Let's go, Naylor. First pitch, low and away. 1-0 count. Top of the third inning, runners on the corners at first and third. Rivas at third, Julio at first. Julio 2 for 2 today. I love that. And with 2 outs, we're down by 1 with a Zach Neto solo dinger. Let's see if Naylor can get an RBI here. And he's obviously overdue for a home run as well. But again, I'll take an RBI first before we talk about home runs with Naylor. Obviously we know Cal, Julio, and Randy more than likely will homer before he does. 1-0 pitch, low and away. Sinker, 96 miles an hour by Jack Kohanowitz. 2 balls and no strikes with runners on the corners with 2 outs. And we have to take advantage when we have runners on. We had 2 runners on in the first, got nothing. We got 2 runners on here in the third. We got to be able to produce. Pitch is low and into the dirt. Nice save there by Ohapi. Great eye there by Josh Naylor. And now we got 3 balls and no strikes. And if he just takes the walk, we'll have bases loaded for Randy Arosarena. And I would love a grand salami out of Randy or an RBI if we can get it. Come on, Naylor. 3-0 pitch. Takes a strike. Oh, wow. Okay, so they call ball 4, and then now ABS, Ohapi is challenging. So let's see what they call here. Angels challenge, and it is a strike. So the walk gets overturned, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. And these challenges early by the Mariners and Angels haven't really been that close. It kind of has looked like what it was, and it's kind of unnecessary by both teams early. But again, you never know when your runs are going to be able to come. It could be early in the game or late. And again, the Angels only had 1 hit last night, so I don't blame them. 3-1 pitch by Kohanowitz, and fouled behind the plate to the Pachanga Resort Casino sign as Neto and Julio greet each other at second, and he makes his way back to first. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Josh Naylor. And, it's crazy how things can go from 3-0 to 3-2 in a split second. Come on, Naylor. Jack Kohanowitz on the mound, Josh Naylor in the box. And Naylor calls time. We got runners on the corners at first and third with 2 outs. Top of the third inning, 1-0 Angels. We did have Julio and Naylor on base in the first inning, but we weren't able to bring them home. And Cal robbed of a home run in the first inning by Joe Adell. And Zach Neto with a solo dinger on Hancock to give them the early 1-0 lead. Emerson's looking a little shaky to start off the game. 3-2 pitch and popped up and out of play. Thank God. Going about 25, 30 rows back. Nice souvenir for those fans out there. Count still full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with runners on the corners at first and third and 2 outs. Kohanowitz on the mound. Naylor in the box. Let's go, Nails. Give me a little blooper into left field. Make it 1-1. 3-2 pitch. And that's a walk. Great eye. If that was Naylor from last year, that might have been, a big swing and a miss and inning over. But now we got bases loaded for our guy, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. And hopefully Randy, won't get punched out looking or swinging. Hopefully, he'll be able to find some contact here. And again, best case scenario, grand salami, we go up 4-1. But I don't think we need to be that greedy. It's not like we've been a great hitting team to start off the year. Just give me an RBI single or RBI double to make it 1-1 or 2-1. And I think every Mariner fan would be happy with that, because next up after Randy, if we can get to him, is the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. And Canzone probably has a better chance of homering than Randy, but, Randy is overdue. We got quite a few guys that are overdue for home runs. Cal, Julio, Naylor, Randy, Dom. JP's only in his second game. So we'll see how it goes, but hopefully we can get some runs on the board. Come on, Randy. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. First pitch takes a strike right down the middle to Arozarena. 0-1 count. Slider 88 miles an hour there by Kohanowitz. Top of the third inning, bases loaded with 2 outs. 1-0 Angels with a Zach Neto solo dinger. 0-1 pitch, fouls it off himself. Looks like he's okay. He's a tough guy. Winces just a little bit. Change up 90 miles an hour there by Jack Kohanowitz. No balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. And again, as we know, when you get into an 0-2 count, it's usually not good, but let's see if Randy can pull out of this. 0-2 pitch. Hard hit ball, little dribbler. Force out at second, and that is out number 3. We leave him stranded again, but at least we're starting to hit the ball. Unfortunately, we don't get any runs on the first inning or the third inning. Kohanowitz is lucky. 3 hits for the Mariners, 3 hits for the Angels. They get a run. We don't get ours yet, but I do believe that it is getting closer to that point where we're going to get that big home run or that big RBI. Unfortunate outing there for Randy. And let's go to the bottom of the third inning and see who's up next here for the Angels. Fielder's choice by Randy grounding out. And anytime you end up having bases loaded, it definitely hurts. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Next up in the 9 hole for the Angels, second baseman Oswald Peraza. Batting second, 1-for-1 with a run and an RBI, a solo dinger to left center, 443 feet in the bottom of the first inning, Zach Neto. And batting third, the future Hall of Famer, 0-for-1, center fielder Mike Trout. And on the mound for the Mariners, looking a little shaky today, coming into the game with a 1-0 record and ERA of 0, but giving up that home run to Neto early in the first inning, Emerson Hancock. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train, and 5 to 15 subs. Looks like we're at 61, 39 to go to get to 100. Great to see Kate Anderson and Ryan Sloan do their thing. Obviously, they're in the minors. And obviously, Colt Emerson has been dominating there in AAA for the Tacoma Rainiers, and it's just a matter of time before we get him called up. We're going to need that bat, but we're also going to need that defense, too. No disrespect to J.P. Crawford, but all of us are waiting for Colt Emerson. First pitch from Hancock to Peraza, takes a strike looking right down the middle, 4-seam fastball, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, high and away. Sweeper getting away there from Hancock again, 77 miles an hour, high and away, 1 ball and 1 strike to Oswald Peraza. And again, Mitch Garver caught Emerson Hancock's first game, so this is the first time that we have the combo of Hancock and Raleigh, and it's been a little shaky to start off. 1-1 pitch, and another ball there by Emerson. 2 balls and 1 strike to Oswald Peraza. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour, low and at the knees. 2-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, going to that same location. And again, sinker, 95 miles an hour. Not as in the strike zone whatsoever. But again, he got him to bite. 95 mile an hour sinker, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Oswald Peraza. 2-2 pitch, popped up and out of play. Count still remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Oswald Peraza. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour there by Emerson Hancock. Emerson Hancock on the mound, Oswald Peraza in the box, the former New York Yankee. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 1-0 Los Angeles. And a little dribbler towards 3rd. Leo Rivas is there, throw to 1st, and got him. And Leo's got a pretty strong arm for being a little guy. Nice job, and that is 1 away. Next up, 1-for-1 with a run and an RBI. Had a homer to left center, 443 feet, Zach Neto. First pitch, Neto crushes it towards 3rd base and foul. Stinker, 95 miles an hour there by Emerson Hancock. No balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 1-0 Angels. Judah in the building, what's good? Hard hit ball towards 3rd base, right to Leo Rivas, right time and right place. And Leo's getting a lot of action here in the first 3 innings. Great head on a swivel. I was a little concerned with Leo playing 3rd today defensively. I didn't really know what to expect, but he's definitely playing up to the challenge. And we know Leo can play 3rd, he can play 2nd, and he can play shortstop, just like Brandon Donovan. Next up, the future Hall of Famer, center fielder Mike Trout. And it definitely feels like Emerson is slowly settling in after that rough first inning. First pitch in there for a strike to the future Hall of Famer Mike Trout, 0-1 count. Oh, apparently his arm strength is pretty fucking good because, again, he's thrown lasers to first to get a few outs, and if his arm wasn't strong enough, then those guys would have been safe. So it's obviously strong enough to play the position. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. And the runners were definitely sprinting to first to try to test that arm by Rivas, and they both were out. So far, so good with Rivas' arm strength based on what I'm watching. Big swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour there by Hancock. No balls and 2 strikes to Mike Trout. Hawks in the building. What's good, brother? 0-2 pitch. Trout pops it up. Naylor is there in foul territory by first, and that a very easy 1-2-3 inning. Nice job there by Leo Rivas. Nice job there by Josh Naylor, and a nice job there by Emerson Hancock. Let's go to the top of the 4th inning, and let's get on the board or take the lead. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Both teams got 3 hits apiece. Cal Raleigh did have a home run that was robbed. But again, we're definitely hitting the ball a little bit better to start off in the first few innings. Now we just got to bring them home. Next up, the Italian Stallion, 0-for-1 with a K, DHing Dominic Canzone. Batting second, 0-for-1 with a K in his 2nd game back, Seattle Mariners' very own shortstop, J.P. Crawford. And batting 3rd, 0-for-1 with a K, the best overall offense and defensive player to start off the year, Cole Young. Now, we know Brendan Donovan had the best batting average. Cole was 2nd, but Cole has definitely been the best defender so far in this early part of the season, has been able to save us quite a few runs, has made some diving catches, and again, I can't wait to be able to see the evolution of not only Cole Young, but also Colt Emerson when we get both of them on the field at the same time. End of the 3rd inning, 1-0 Angels. Gained another sub since the last commercial break. Thank you so much. 68 subs to go to 23,700. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. All right, we're at 71 likes, 29 to 100, and we're still looking for our first dono on our dono train. First pitch to Dominic Canzone for a ball from Jack Kohanowitz, 1-0 count. 17 pitches in the first, 13 in the second, and then 22 in the third when we had bases loaded, but we weren't able to cash in. We've had runners on board on the first and the third inning, so eventually, we're going to be able to get that big home run or that big RBI. You can feel it. 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike looking low and away. Should have challenged that one. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dominic Canzone. 1-1 pitch, a hard hit ball, little blooper into left. Diving catch. Wow. Unbelievable grab into left field. And we've definitely seen some amazing defense out there. And Lowe robbing Dominic Canzone. How dare you? But Josh Lowe coming up with a big play. I mean, he was making plays like that in Tampa Bay, and now he's doing it for Los Angeles. Down goes the Italian Stallion. He gets robbed, 1 away. Next up in the 7-hole, shortstop J.P. Crawford, and on deck, second baseman in the 8-hole, Cole Young. There's been some amazing defensive plays already in these first 4 innings. First pitch to J.P. Crawford, fouls that one behind the plate, 0-1 count. Hard hit ball by J.P. Crawford into right field, all the way back to the wall, and a ground rule double. Yes, J.P. And again, you don't really expect a whole lot out of J.P. You know that he'll bring it defensively when balls come to his area. But again, if you can get anything out of J.P. Within the first few games that he's come back, this is game number 2, and getting a ground rule double in his second game, nice job, J.P. Crawford. Way to bring that electricity. Now let's see if we can get Cole Young to knock him in. Here we go. We got a runner in scoring position again. So we've had runners on in first, the third, and now in the 4th inning. It's just a matter of time before we tie this up or take the lead. Let's go, M's. Trident's up. First pitch to Cole Young, high and away. Good eye there by Cole. 1-0 count. Brian in the building. What's good? And Young pops it up, and that goes out of play about 20 rows back. Great souvenir out there for that fan. 1 ball and 1 strike from Kohanowitz to Cole Young. Top of the 4th inning, runner at second with 1 out. Mariners got 4 hits already in this game and a home run that was robbed by Joe Adell. Cal Raleigh would have had his first home run of the year, but Joe Adell jumped 3-4 feet above the wall and grabbed it and robbed us. But again, it definitely feels like just a matter of time. And Julio's already got 2 hits, 2 for 2 to start off the game as well. 1-1 pitch. And another strike there into Cole Young. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kohanowitz to Young. Come on, Cole. Takes that change up 90 miles an hour, high and inside. 1-2 pitch, pops it up. Please go out of play. And about 10 rows back behind the plate, out of play. 4-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour by Jack Kohanowitz. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at second. J.P. Crawford with a ground rule double moments ago with 1 out. Come on, Cole. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Come on, Cole. 1-2 pitch. And big swing and a miss. Change up 90 miles an hour. Fools Cole Young. And that is 2 away. Nice job there by Jack Kohanowitz. Nasty pitch on that change up. 90 miles an hour. And that is 2 away. Next up, in the 9-hole, third baseman Leo Rivas. A walk in his first at-bat. Obviously, I want to be able to see either Leo, Luke, or JP bunt, but not really here at the moment with 2 outs. Not the time to do it at the moment. First pitch, big swing and a miss by Leo Rivas. 0-1 count. Come on, Leo. Find a way to get on base. Get a single, get a double, take a walk, get hit by a pitch, but don't get hurt. Just find a way to keep this inning alive. 0-1 pitch from Kohanowitz. Oh, he shows bunt and almost gets hit and drops all the way down into the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike to Leo Rivas. I mean, he heard me talking about the bunt, but almost got hit in the groin. And we already know that Brendan Donovan has got a sore groin and he's day-to-day. We don't want to have two guys go out with injuries to the groin. Top of the fourth inning with a runner at second and 2 outs. 1-1 pitch from Kohanowitz to Leo. High and away. That looked like a ball to me. And again, we haven't been winning too many challenges lately. Leo's even asking the ump there. Calls it a strike, but on the pitch graph, it's clearly a ball. But, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Leo Rivas. And it just feels like the Mariners have been challenging the wrong pitches lately, And again, it's hard to be able to, go 5 for 5 like the Yankees did a few games, back. We're not going to be as lucky as them. But again, got to be very selective. 1-2 pitch. And a little slow dribbler towards first base. Toe tap on the bag by Nolan Shonowell. And that is out number 3. We leave another runner stranded on base. But again, it feels like we're hopefully getting closer to getting this game tied up or to take the lead. And we definitely miss Brendan Donovan in the lineup. There's no doubt about that. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning and see who's next up here for the Los Angeles Angels. Next up for the Angels in the 3-hole, first baseman 1 for 1, Nolan Shonowell. Batting second, 1 for 1 in the 4-hole, DHing Jorge Soler. And batting third in the 5-hole, third baseman 0 for 1 with a K, Yoan Moncada. And on the mound for the Mariners, Emerson Hancock. Gained another sub since the last commercial break. Appreciate you. 67 subs to go to 23,700. And we're at 73 likes, 27 to 100. After a very shaky first inning, Emerson Hancock has been good. And hopefully we can keep it, 1, for this whole game. But again, that'll be a tough ask depending on who also comes in after him in the pen. If we end up bringing in like Jose Ferrer or Casey Legomina, it definitely could go from 1-0 to 3-0 real quick. So I'm definitely wondering who we're going to be bringing in, but hopefully Emerson will only give up this 1 run. The most that he can give up for us to still win is probably 3. But lately with the hitting, it's been decent today, but we haven't been able to bring anybody home. But hopefully it ends up staying with just 1-0, and we can end up taking the lead here sooner than later. First pitch, takes a sinker, right down the middle, 0-1 count. 93-mile-an-hour sinker there by Emerson Hancock to Nolan Shonowell. 0-1 pitch in there for a ball. Low and away, change up 87 miles an hour, 1 ball and 1 strike to Nolan Shonowell. 1-1 pitch, popped up into shallow left field. Arosarena is there, and that is 1 away. Good defense there by Randy. Down goes Nolan Shonowell, and that is 1 away. And there's Brendan Donovan in the dugout. Great to see him. I know he's, probably a little depressed that he can't get out there today, but obviously long-term health is more important. Next up in the 4-hole, DHing Jorge Soler. First pitch to Soler. In there for a strike looking, 0-1 count. Bottom of the 4th inning, 1-0 Los Angeles with nobody on and 1 out. Nice cutter there by Hancock, 87 miles an hour on that first pitch. 0-1 pitch, high and away. Sweeper, 77 miles an hour missing, low and at the hips. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jorge Soler. Travis in the building from Australia. What's good? 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. cutter, 89 miles an hour there by Emerson Hancock. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jorge Soler. And then obviously it's already Easter there in Australia. It's Easter Eve here in the States. But happy Easter. Hope you're having a good day, and hopefully the Mariners will get this dub. 1-2 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jorge Soler. And I will be visiting family, my dad, tomorrow, so there won't be a stream, but I will be watching the game, and then we'll be back at it on Monday versus the Rangers here on the channel. 2-2 pitch, hard hit ball, and foul. Count still remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jorge Soler. Now, if the game would have started at like 4 p.m., Pacific, I would be able to do the stream, but considering it's going to be at 1, I'll just be probably getting done eating lunch, and it'll still take me about an hour to get back. So I'll have to watch that at my dad's, and hopefully Castillo pitches well tomorrow. Pitch fouled off there by Soler into right field. Count still remains 2 balls and 2 strikes from Emerson Hancock to Jorge Soler. Bottom of the 4th inning, nobody on with 1 out, 1-0 Angel lead. And we had a Zach Neto solo dinger in the first, 443 feet in left center, and that's where we sit at the moment. 1-0 Angels. Big swing and a miss on a 2-2 pitch. Got him. Nice sinker, 96 miles an hour there by Emerson Hancock. And that is another punch out for M. Let's see how many he's at right now. It looks like, I think he's only at 2 or 3. So it looks like Hanowitz is at 6. And I believe that's his 3rd punch out after struggling in the first inning. Next up is Yoan Moncada. First pitch is low and away, 1-0 count. Moncada 0 for 1 with a K so far to start. That cutter, 85 miles an hour, missing by an inch. 1 ball and no strikes to Yoan Moncada. Bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Angels. 1-0 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Yoan Moncada. Back-to-back cutters, 85 and 86 miles an hour by Emerson Hancock. .20 pitch, hard hit ball, deep right field, back. Oh my God, Rayleigh at the wall, and he got it. I thought for sure that was gone. That crack of the bat, I was like, oh no. But luckily, Rayleigh gets it at the wall, and that is the end of the 4th inning. Whoa. Good defense there by our guy, Luke Rayleigh. That one made me nervous. All right, let's go to the top of the 5th inning and see who's up next here for Seattle. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a K, right fielder Luke Rayleigh. Batting second, 0 for 2, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And batting third, having one of the best games of his early 2026 season. He is 2 for 2. Can he go 3 for 3? Center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up. Let's go M's. All right, we're at 75 likes, 25 more to 100. We got 166 people in the room. If we can get 25 out of the 166, we'll be at 100 and we'll be good to go the rest of the way. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. Got a chance to take my pup to get her nails trimmed and her body washed, and nothing makes me happier than to be able to see my pup happy. She's in a great mood today. We went on a few long walks. Weather is starting to warm up here in the Pacific Northwest, and it looks like we have not a major heat wave, but it's definitely going to be getting into the high 70s, which is kind of rare for us at this point, in this time of the year. But we are starting to get into spring, and I love it. First pitch from Kohanowitz to Rayleigh. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Thinking we maybe should have started Dominic Canzone as a leadoff hitter and then Luke maybe in the 6th, but let's see if Luke can end up doing something. Hard hit ball, throw to first, and Rayleigh with hustle, and he is out. But man, I'm telling you, there's not many guys that hustle on almost every single play like Luke Rayleigh, and I want to see a replay. He might have been safe, and it looks like they are not going to challenge, and the throw came just in time. Just a little bit of a hesitation there. And again, throw to first was a little weak, and Rayleigh was hustling full speed, but he got to give the Angels credit there. Oswald Peraza got it in just in time. 1 away. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, who had a home run robbed by Joe Adell in the 1st. First pitch, big swing and a miss by the big dumper. Sinker, 94 miles an hour by Jack Kohanowitz, 0-1 count. Let him know, Roy. Let him know. 1-0 pitch, high and away. Good eye there by Cal. 1 ball and 1 strike to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. One pitch, fouled off with that sinker, 94 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. I feel so bad for him getting robbed by Joe Adell in the 1st. I just want a lot of our guys to get off the schneid with the home runs. 2-1 pitch, fouls that one off towards third base and left field and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes to big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Or 1 ball and 2 strikes to big dumper, Cal Raleigh, excuse me. Kohanowitz on the mound, big dumper in the box. Come on, Cal. 1-2 pitch. Low and at the knees. Great eye there by Cal. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the 5th inning. 1-0 Angels with a Zach Noto solo dinger to left center, 443 feet in the 1st inning, and that's where we sit. 2-2 pitch and a laser towards first base into the Mariner dugout and foul. And I mean, that was probably one of the best hit baseballs I've seen from Cal in quite some time. But Joe Adell, as they show in the replay, jumps up and robs him. 2-2 pitch from Kohanowitz and a hard hit ball towards first base again and foul. Jack Kohanowitz on the mound. Big dumper Cal Raleigh in the box. Come on, Cal. Bring that electricity. We believe in you. Let's go, Cal. 2-2 pitch, low and away. Good patience by Raleigh. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Kohanowitz to big dumper. Come on, Cal. Take the walk. Get a single. I mean, if a home run happens, it happens, but we don't necessarily need it at the moment, but we'll take it. 3-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. And down goes big dumper. 4-seam fastball high and away. Fools Cal Raleigh. And that is 2 away. Next up in the 3-hole, 2 for 2 today, having a great game, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Let's see if he can keep the electricity going and go 3 for 3. Come on, Julio. And we're still waiting on Julio's first home run of the season as well. Cal, Julio, Josh Naylor, and Randy Arosarena. We're waiting. Hard hit ball towards third base and foul. And Julio taking advantage of early pitches in the count on his first 2 at-bats. 2 singles so far for Julio Rodriguez. Got to get that batting average up. Come on, J-Rod. Top of the 5th inning, 1-0 Angels. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Low and away. Julio getting fooled on that second pitch. No balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. First, a sinker at 95 miles an hour by Kohanowitz, and then that changeup, 90 miles an hour low and away, fooling Julio. No balls and 2 strikes to J-Rod, who's 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. Come on, J-Rod. Oh, 2 pitch. Low and away. Good eye there by J-Rod. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour, out of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. One-two pitch, and a little slow dribbler to second base, throw to first, and that is out number 3. 7 strikeouts and 5 scoreless for the Angels. Something's got to give. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th inning and see who's next up for Los Angeles. I mean, we've been able to get guys on base on every other inning, but we just haven't been able to get that clutch home run or RBI just yet. Next up in the 6th hole, 0 for 1, right fielder Joe Adell. Batting second, 0 for 1, left fielder in the 7 hole, Josh Lowe. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a K, catcher in the 8 hole, Logan O'Hoppe. And on the mound for the Mariners, still Emerson Hancock. So 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 3 Ks, 48 pitches, 33 strikes, an ERA of .90. Came into the game with a 1-0 record with an ERA of 0. But after giving up the home run, he's going to have a little bit of an ERA. And then Jack Kohanowitz, 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks, 81 pitches, 57 strikes with an ERA of 5. So obviously he's at 81. Hancock's only at 48. Quite a bit of a discrepancy there. And hopefully we'll be able to keep Hancock in if needed. You know, I'd rather have him rather than Casey Legomina or Ferrer or some of these other guys. So. Gained another sub since the last commercial break. 66 subs to go to 23,700. All right, we're almost there. 88 likes, 12 more to get to 100, baby. Pup is good. Again, got a chance to be able to take her to get her nails trimmed and dremeled, and gave her a bath and whatnot. So I always try to do that for her, once a month to make sure that she's happy. And I've been able to do that pretty much ever since she was a baby. You want to make sure that your pup is happy, and she's definitely in good spirits today. First pitch from Hancock to Joe Adell. Takes a strike, looking low and away with a cutter. 0-1 count. Oh-1 pitch, hit behind the plate. Foul ball there by Joe Adell. No balls and 2 strikes from Hancock to Adell. Sweeper, 78 miles an hour there by Emerson Hancock on that last pitch. Bottom of the 5th inning, 1-0 Angels with a solo dinger by Zach Neto in the first, and that's where we sit at the moment. 4 hits for the Mariners, 3 by the Angels, but one of those 3 was a solo dinger. 0-2 pitch, high and away, sinker, 94 miles an hour by Emerson Hancock. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 1-2 pitch, little slow dribbler to Cole Young, throw to first. Naylor is there, and that is 1 away. Next up for Emerson Hancock. In the 7 hole, left fielder Josh Lowe. On deck in the 8 hole, catcher Logan O'Hoppe. Oh, definitely puppy therapy. You definitely want to make sure that, they're, happy. For every one day that we live is a week for a dog. And when you have that type of mindset and you're a loving, caring parent, and you can be, a good dog father, it definitely, makes my heart melt, because again, she's been such a good dog for me. And, I want to make sure I can do everything in my power to make her happy in the short time that she's going to have on Earth. It's crazy, how, short of a lifespan a pup is. If you're lucky, they can go, 10 to 15 years. And if they go past 15, you're extremely lucky. So I'm definitely going to be heartbroken one day, but I'm definitely taking advantage of every single second of every minute of every hour of every day with her. And we got a mound visit here by Cal Raleigh after that 1-0 pitch was high and away. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour by Emerson Hancock. 2 balls and no strikes to Josh Lowe. HR in the building. What's good? And I'm really looking forward to Easter tomorrow, to seeing some of the fam that I haven't seen. I usually see them only on Easter, my birthday, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So only 4 times a year I usually see certain pieces of the family. And my dad has got 2 pups, Lucas and Bear. And again, I haven't seen them in a few months. So definitely wanting to go into the back of the property and go for a nice walk with those pups. And I'll probably leave Paisley here. Maybe I'll bring her along. I haven't really decided just yet. 2-0 pitch, big swing and a miss, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Josh Lowe. 2-1 pitch, takes a strike looking low and away. Count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lowe. 2-2 pitch, and a hard hit ball towards first base and foul. Sweeper 78 miles an hour by Emerson Hancock. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning, 1-0 Angels. 2-2 pitch, tries to jam him and does, and that goes out of play, foul ball. Yeah, but again, once you recognize, for every 1 day that we're alive, that's a week. Can you imagine? 1 day for us is a week for a dog. So if you're not good to your dog, shame on you. You got to make sure that they have the best life since it's so short. 2-2 pitch, and Lowe pops it up, shallow left field. Randy is there, and that is 2 away. And again, I worked really hard to get her into good shape. I got her to lose 14 pounds from last year, but we walked 1,700 miles last year. And again, we do 5 miles a day, 3 walks every day, 7 days a week. And if you would have told me that I was able to, walk that much, I would say you're crazy, especially when I was drinking and eating unhealthy. But, I've definitely changed for the better for her. First pitch to Logan O'Hoppe, little blooper to Randy Arosarena. And with 2 outs, O'Hoppe gets a nice single into shallow left field. Nice hit there by Logan. And next up here, the former Yankee in the 9-hole, second baseman Oswald Peraza. On deck will be Zach Neto. And Peraza with a little bloop. And J.P. Crawford is there, and we leave a runner stranded at first base. And Hancock has been good. After the first inning, he was shaky. And that's kind of been the trend, so far for Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, and now Emerson Hancock in his second start, giving up a run, whether it be a home run or an RBI, and then kind of settling down after that. But with Logan Gilbert, as we know, he didn't really get a chance to settle down. He was terrible in his first 2 starts, and he's been our worst pitcher out of our starting 5 so far. But hopefully he'll get better as the season continues. All right, that's the end of the 5th inning. 1-0 Angels. Let's see if we can finally get on the board and tie this game up or take the lead. Let's go. Next up, 1-for-1 with a walk. First baseman, it's Nails, Josh Naylor, starting to find a little bit of groove in the box. Batting second, 0-for-2 with a K, left fielder Randy Arosarena. And batting third, 0-for-2 with a K, DHing in the 6th hole, the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. Gained another sub since the last commercial break. Appreciate you. 65 subs to go to 23,700. All right, we're at 90 likes, 10 more to 100. We're almost there. And we're still looking for our first dono on our dono train. I don't know. I believe in good karma. I'm always, bringing the bags with me, just in case I need to clean up after my pup. But sometimes, when I go to certain parks, I don't want to step, in anything and get it all on my shoes. So I do something that most people don't do. If I see something there and I have a bag on me, even if it's not Paisley's, I'll pick it up. Not every day, but for good karma, I feel that if you do a good deed and you got to go out of your way, sometimes, good things will happen to you. And, again, I have been rewarded, by doing, good, kind deeds like that, not only in the past, but I know I will be in the future as well. Top of the 6th inning, 1-0 Angels. First pitch to Josh Naylor, little blooper into right field. Joe Adell back at the wall, and he's made a few grabs right into the warning track and into the dirt, and that is 1 away. Down goes Josh Naylor. Next up in the 5-hole, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Ashley in the building, what's good? Bash in the building, what's good? First pitch from Kohanowitz to Randy Arozarena for a ball, 1-0 count. Luke Casey warming up in the pen for the Angels. Sinker, 95 miles an hour, high and inside. 1-0 pitch, in there for a strike looking to Randy Arozarena. A slider, 87 miles an hour by Kohanowitz. 1 ball and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. 2-0 pitch, and pops it up, and behind the plate, and foul. One ball and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. 1-2 pitch, and a little dribbler right to Kohanowitz. Underhand throw to first to Shawnuel, and that is 2 away. Down goes Randy. Next up is the Italian Stallion in the 6-hole, Dominic Canzone. And I think Kohanowitz is done. Manager Kurt Suzuki is making his way out there, so I think Kohanowitz might be exiting here. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. All right, so Luke Casey is coming in. Let me get the photo of him here shortly. All right, I'm not really seeing anything that's quality here for Casey, former Giant. Let's see if I can go to the Giants and maybe I'll be able to find one. Former Met and former Giant. All right, here we go. All right, Joey Lucchesi coming in, but let's look at the Jack Kohanowitz final line. 5.2 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks, 86 pitches, 61 strikes with a 4.66 ERA. And then now Joey Lucchesi, the former Giant, coming in for him. And on the mound is Joey Lucchese, and in the box will be the Italian Stallion, Dominic Canzone, with nobody on and 2 outs. And Dominic Canzone, hard hit ball, shallow center field. Gosh, Mike Trout still got that speed. I was really hoping that ball was going to drop, but even as an OG, he still can run down those fly balls. Mike Trout, he may not be the same guy as he was 5 years ago, but he can still run down a foul ball, and that was out number 3. I was really hoping that Dom was going to get that right in between center field and Joe Adell in right field, but Trout still pretty quick out there on defense. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning and see who's up next here for Los Angeles. Almost a mirror type of game as yesterday, besides it was 0-0. And then, we obviously ended up finding a way with Cole Young as well as Josh Naylor and winning 3-1 in extras and 10 and winning. And we're probably going to have to do the same type of thing. And hopefully whoever we decide to bring in after Emerson Hancock doesn't shit the bed. Otherwise, it might be an L. Next up for the Angels in the bottom of the 6th, 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI, shortstop Zach Neto. Batting second, 0 for 2, center fielder Mike Trout. And batting third, 1 for 2 in the 3-hole, first baseman Nolan Shawnuel. And on the mound for the Mariners still, coming into the game with a 1-0 record, an ERA of 0. Struggled in the first inning, but has been pretty good since. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 Ks, no walks, 61 pitches, 43 strikes with a .82 ERA, Emerson Hancock. So as long as the pitch count is low, keep going with Emerson. He's only at 61. Hell, if he can go 8 innings, I don't know if they'll actually have him pitch that long, but as long as the score is still 1-0, you could definitely go a few more innings with him rather than, throwing in Jose Ferrer or Casey Legomina, and then all of a sudden we lose the game once those guys come in. Keep going with Emerson as long as the pitch count is low. Once he gets to 85 to 95, then you can pull him. But right now, bottom of the 6th inning, he's only sitting at 61, so that's pretty low. And we're only down 1-0, so if they pull him a little bit prematurely and you throw in one of the shaky guys in the pen, could be a disaster for the M's. Trident's up. Let's go M's. You just got to believe. Things have been rough, to start off the year. And Brandon Donovan getting that growing injury last night. He's day-to-day. Could be back tomorrow or on Monday when we play the Rangers. So it's not going to get any fucking easier after this Angel series. We're going to have to play the Rangers, and we know how hard they are, regardless if it's at home or on the road. First pitch to Neto is low and away, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch and a hard hit ball to Randy Arozarena in left field. Neto pumps the brakes at first, and a nice single there by Zach Neto. 2 for 3 day with a solo dinger and a single there into left field. Next up in the 2-hole, center fielder Mike Trout. And hopefully we can get a double play. We haven't got one all game. Give me a slow dribbler up the middle by Mike Trout, and let's get a double play with Cole Young to Josh Naylor. A strikeout and a double play, or a double play and a strikeout. Let's get it. Kohanowitz already left. He's already been replaced in the previous inning by Lucchese. So Kohanowitz is already exited. He's not coming back in. First pitch is low and away to Mike Trout, 1-0 count. Pitching has been good besides Logan Gilbert. Bullpen, we've had a few guys that have been shaky. The bats haven't come alive yet, but again, we've been going against a lot of left-handed pitching. So again, we haven't had Luke Raley and Dominic Canzone every day, and those are the other, players besides Brendan Donovan and Cole Young. So right now, you're really only getting Cole Young that's playing every day, and obviously Donovan until yesterday before the growing injury, and then obviously with Luke Raley and Dominic Canzone, they're playing kind of every other game because we have so many fucking left-handed pitchers we've been going against, and these teams are doing it on purpose. As that pitch goes out of play by Mike Trout, 1 ball and 2 strikes from Hancock to Trout. And not only are they bringing in lefty starters, they're bringing in lefty, closers and bullpen guys, because they know our strong righty lineup isn't as good as our lefty lineup, and again, we just have to fight through it and hope that, we can end up getting a little bit of rhythm and a little bit of continuity. 1-2 pitch, and Trout pops up. Shallow right field. Luke Raley is there, and that is 1 away. Zach Neto dancing his way back to first base. And down goes Trout, and that is 1 away. Next up in the 3-hole, first baseman Nolan Shonowell. Give me a slow dribbler up the middle, the double play, and let's get out of this inning. And then we got to get going because, again, once Hancock goes out, things could get bad. And we'll see if we can get a meltdown by one of the Angel pitchers like we did in extra innings yesterday. All we need is one bad pitcher, and we're good to go. Here we go, double play, throw to first, got him! My ESP is on point, baby. What'd I tell you? There you go. Little slow dribbler right up the middle to Emerson Hancock. A flip to second, a throw to first, and the double play is ours. Let's go. Yes, sir. And sometimes you just got to ask the sport gods. You ask and you tell them what you want, and then sometimes they deliver. Nice job. End of the 6th inning, 1-0 Angels. And again, that was our first double play of the game. And it's not like we claim double play every inning. So nice job there. Sports gods, thank you. All right, let's go to the top of the 7th inning and see who's up next here for the Mariners. Let's get on the fucking board already. Next up for the Mariners, 1 for 2 with a K, shortstop in his second game of the season, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, second baseman, the best overall offense and defensive player so far, Cole Young. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a base on ball, Leo Rivas. And again, we're going to need someone to drop a bunt down between JP, Leo, and Luke. Again, I know it's not the sexy thing to do, but sometimes it can start a rally. End of the 6th inning, 1-0 Angels. 65 subs to go to 23,700. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. Okay, looks like we broke 100. We're at 107. 93 to 200. And we're still looking for our first dono on our dono train. First pitch to J.P. Crawford from Lucchesi. Sinker, 91 miles an hour, high and inside, 1-0 count. Challenge. And it is a strike. Lucchesi. Got to make sure we get the pronunciation correct. Oh, 1 pitch from Lucchesi to J.P. Crawford. Fouls that one off, high and inside. 92 mile an hour sinker there by Lucchesi. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Oh, 2 pitch. Low and at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes to J.P. Crawford. Top of the 7th inning, 1-0 Angels. We had a solo dinger there by Zach Neto in the first, and that has been it. 5 hits for the Angels, 4 for the Mariners, so it's not like we're at a one-hitter, or blanked right now. But again, we've had guys on base, but we just haven't been able to bring them home. And we even had bases loaded once, but we got them stranded. Randy couldn't bring them home. So again, it's not like it's been a terrible day hitting-wise. Julio's 2 for 2. Naylor's got a hit, but again, we just got to be able to put a good inning together, back-to-back hits or a home run. 2-2 pitch from Lucchesi. High and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to J.P. Crawford. Joey Lucchesi on the mound. J.P. Crawford in the box. 3-2 pitch. Hard hit ball by Crawford. Goes into left field, out of play. Count still remains 3 balls and 2 strikes from Lucchesi to Crawford. Three-two pitch, high and inside. Beautiful patience there by J.P. Crawford by not swinging at that garbage, and that is a walk. Nice job, J.P. All right, here we go. Next up in the 8-hole, second baseman Cole Young on deck is Leo Rivas. Let's go, Cole. Cole gives us the best chance, besides Brendan Donovan, game in and game out to do something. And let's see if Cole can end up being the hero again. It's been kind of a common theme for us in these first 8 games, previous. And obviously this is game number 9. First pitch takes a strike looking, high and inside. Sinker 91 miles an hour by Lucchesi. 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch and another strike in there to Cole Young. And unfortunately, he's been getting quite a few 0-2 counts, which is not ideal. Most players that get into a 0-2 jam usually strike out, pop up, or ground out. Takes a real disciplined hitter to climb out of that jam. 0-2 pitch and goes to first base to keep J.P. Crawford honest, and he is safe. Thankfully, J.P. is not sleeping. Philip in the building, how are you? Game Breaker in the building, how are you? Top of the 7th inning, 1-0 Angels. 0-2 pitch. High and inside, almost hits Cole Young. And Cole is looking like maybe he got hit by that pitch. And Mariners might challenge this. Initially, Goldie said that he might have got hit on the foot there. Oh, let's see. Lucchesi, they're looking at the replay here. Yeah, it looks like he got him on the forearm. It hits the white. It's not the bat because the bat is black, so that did hit Cole Young. I mean, initially, I couldn't really tell, but after looking at that replay, it did look like he did get hit on the under forearm area. And obviously, they have the trainers looking at it now as well. So, I mean, the first initial glance, you couldn't really tell. But after watching the second and third replay, it looks like it does hit him. But we'll see what the, umps call. The side view, it doesn't look like it hit him. But on the front view, it does. So I'm not really sure which, replay angle they're going to end up making their final decision here. Batter was hit. Good. Okay, because it looked like he did get hit. And Cole's not a type of guy to fake, getting hit by a ball. He has class. He's a classy guy. We respect him, and he's not going to pull a fast one. And now we got runners at first and second with no outs. Is this the inning that we finally, tie the game up or take the lead? Kurt Suzuki making his way to the mound to Lucchesi, and we'll see if Lucchesi is done here tonight. All right, Lucchesi is done. And so we had one guy kind of shit the bed, but it didn't last long enough for us to be able to get the run yet. But again, hopefully the next pitcher that comes in will be shaky, and then we will be able to get the job done. All right, Leo Rivas is in the box with runners at first and second and no outs. And then we have Luke Raley. And then if we can get to him, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And they're going to bring in Chase Silseth, who came in yesterday. And I already got a photo of him saved here in the Angel final. So let me grab that. All right, so down goes Lucchesi, who struggled, and now coming in is Chase Silseth. Silseth will be getting a few warm-up pitches, and then again, it will be 9-hole hitter with runners at first and second with no outs. Third baseman in the 9-hole, Leo Rivas, and then on deck, Luke Raley. And then if we can get to him, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Gained 2 more subs since the last commercial break. Appreciate you. 63 subs to go to 23,700. All right, we're at 120 likes, 80 more to get to 200, and we're still looking for our first dono on the dono train. Showtime, I'm glad that you're back. I accidentally, banned you when I was trying to ban the other jackass a few nights ago, and then it took me a while to be able to find your name in the ban file. And then that same night, I unbanned, and then I didn't know if you were going to be able to swing through. I know you tried to drop a comment, but I don't know if it came up. But again, it wasn't towards you. It was, I don't even know how it picked you in the comment section rather than that other batter. And we have a bunt here by Rivas and foul, but great to be able to see you back in the stream. Showtime. It wasn't on purpose. It was on accident. I guess sometimes that happens. So, well, if you were wondering why your name didn't show up, when you were watching the stream, or if you were trying to, comment and whatnot. So maybe you didn't notice, but I did. So AR in the building. What's good? Top of the 7th inning, runners at first and second with no outs. Angels up 1-0 with a Zach Neto first inning solo bomb. And again, we've had runners on base numerous innings, but we just haven't been able to bring them home. 0-1 pitch, another bunt here by Rivas. Pitch is low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Leo Rivas. One pitch, another bunt attempt by Leo, high and inside. Pulls it back for a ball, but Logan O'Hoppe is challenging. Angels have been good with their ABS challenges. Mariners, not so much. And that is a strike. Call is reversed. Instead of a 2-1 count, now it's 1-2. And that is strike 3 on Leo Rivas. Brutal. And it shows you, when a challenge ends up getting reversed for the other team, it really steals the momentum. And that is strike 3 licking on Leo Rivas, and that is 1 away. Down goes Leo. And next up, I believe, will be Luke Raley. Chase Silseth on the mound, and Luke Raley in the box. Come on, Luke. First pitch to Luke Raley is high and away, 1-0 count. Yeah, Donovan's got a growing pull, minor, day-to-day, so he should be back tomorrow, but more than likely, probably Monday or Tuesday when we play the Rangers, and we're definitely needing him. Big swing and a miss there by Luke Raley. 1 ball and 1 strike here in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Runners at first and second. Chase Silseth on the mound. Luke Raley in the box. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss there by Luke Raley. Low and away. Come on, Luke. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Luke Raley. Pitch is inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Silseth to Raley. I know who's not watching it. Two-two pitch. Big swing and a miss, and down goes Luke Raley. But again, there's a number of factors. Logan Gilbert was terrible in his first 2 starts. Our bullpen hasn't been that great. Hitting has been dismal, right? And again, when you have your 4 best hitters not playing together every day, and again, when we have to go against such, a crazy amount of left-handed pitching, sometimes this happens. We have to be thankful that we're 4-4. We easily could be, 2-6 right now, if we're really being honest. So Again, it's a long season, 162 games. We haven't had any home runs by, Cal or Julio or Naylor or Randy yet, and eventually we will. It's just a matter of time. We got Bizzardo and Brash warming up in the pen. Rivas is more of a AAA player or a backup guy on the bench, if we're really being honest, but he's filling in today because Donovan pulled his groin on that play that got challenged at first base. Initially, they said it was the left leg, and then they had the Mariner insiders that cover the team that said it was a groin, and he ended up having a hernia surgery at the end of last year when he was with the Cardinals, and it came up with the MRI negative, thank God. So he should be back in a day or two, thank God. First pitch in there to big dumper Cal Raleigh with runners at first and second and 2 outs. 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch from Silseth. Big swing and a miss there by the big dumper. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cal Raleigh. I hear my pup outside the door. Give me a second. Lay down. Lay down. Good girl. 1-1 pitch. High and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to big dumper Cal Raleigh. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Two-one pitch. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes to big dumper Cal Raleigh. Chase Silseth on the mound. Big dumper in the box. Last pitch was a 96-mile-an-hour sinker high and away. Come on, Cal. Cal had a home run robbed by Joe Adell in the first inning. Probably the best ball that he's hit in a long time. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off, out of play. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour by Chase Silseth. 2 balls, 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 2 outs. And we've had runners on in every other inning, as much as bases loaded, even in 1 inning. But Randy wasn't able to get an RBI or home run. No grand salami, so... Pitch is low and away by Silseth. Splitter, 90 miles an hour, missing by a few inches. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to big dumper Cal Raleigh, but somebody eventually has got to make a big hit. So, and showtime for you being a Buckeye fan has nothing to do with me or anybody on the channel. I always look forward to the rivalries between the Ducks and the Buckeyes or whoever they'd play, obviously in the Big Ten, and you're very welcome. 3-2 pitch to Cal, and a hard hit ball, but it only goes to the infield. Throw to first, and that is out number 3, and we leave 2 runners stranded again. Brutal. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th inning and see who's up next here for the Angels. And I guess if we have to be positive, at least we're only down 1-0. And Hancock pitched very well, gave up the 1 home run in the first inning and has been very clean since. And it's not like we haven't been able to hit, we've been leaving guys stranded. And, we just got to be able to find somebody that's going to come into the game, that's going to shit the bed, just like the Angels did, obviously in the 10th, where we were able to finally win the game. But again, you have to be patient, especially with the Mariners in 2026. Let's win it for the Rizzler. Come on, Rick. We need some extra motivation. Okay, in the bottom of the 7th inning, 1 for 2 with a K in the 4-hole, DHing Jorge Soler. Batting second in the 5-hole, 0 for 2 with a K, third baseman Yoan Moncada. And batting third in the 6-hole, 0 for 2, right fielder Joe Adell. And then let's take a look at Hancock's pitch count. So 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 3 Ks. He's only at 68 pitches. And obviously the Angels are on their 3rd pitcher already. Their starter, Kohanowitz, had 86 pitches. And then obviously Lucchesi had 11, and then Silseth 16. So it's not like Emerson has been bad. It's just that we haven't been able to get that RBI or home run yet. But I do believe we will get it at some point. Paisley's in the room here watching the game with all of us, giving us a little bit of good luck. Gained 2 more subs since the last commercial break. 61 subs to 23,700. And we're still looking for our first dono on the dono train. I have faith. Emerson Hancock's ERA is 0.75. Obviously came into the second start with a 1-0 record, an ERA of 0. Gave up a solo dinger to Zach Neto, and that's been pretty much it. And he's still out there wheeling and dealing. We just need those bats to be able to get back-to-back consecutive hits to be able to get that RBI, or we need to do what Neto did, hit a home run. And obviously the Mariner, batters have been pretty cold as far as the home run ball is concerned this year. I mean, we had some good home runs in the first few games, but as of late, it's kind of died off a little bit. First pitch is fouled off by Soler, low and at the knees, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, hard hit ball, and just goes foul into the netting. Change up 87 miles an hour by Emerson Hancock. No balls and 2 strikes to Jorge Soler. Come on, Ems. Trident's up. And Luis Castillo is pitching tomorrow. All right, my pup went to go get a snack, I think. Big swing and a miss. A nice punch out there by Emerson Hancock on Jorge Soler, and that is 1 away. Next up, 0 for 2 with a K, third baseman Yoan Moncada. Emerson Hancock on the mound, Yoan Moncada in the box. First pitch, in there for a strike to Moncada, 0-1 count. Big swing and a miss on a four-seam fastball, high and away, 92 miles an hour there by Emerson Hancock. No balls and 2 strikes from Hancock to Moncada. Bottom of the 7th inning, 1-0 Angels with nobody on and 1 out. 0-2 pitch, low and away. And you got to remember, Emerson Hancock's first start was with Mitch Garver. Today it's with Cal Raleigh. So there was a little miscommunication maybe in that first inning, but they've been lights out since. There we go. AR's getting it going finally. Let's go, Ems. We're at 2, 98 to go to hit the dono goal. 1-2 pitch, high and inside, sinker, 94 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yoan Moncada. Appreciate you very much. We're at 2, 98 to go. Every dollar counts. 2-2 pitch, crushed, out of play, and foul. Bottom of the 7th inning, 1-0 Angels. No, I don't think the Mariners are cooked. I mean, obviously, we got plenty of time. I mean, the game was 0-0 forever, and then we ended up finding a way to win 3-1 in 10 innings yesterday. So all we need is just one, pitcher for the Angels to shit the bed, and we can take advantage. I mean, we've been hitting the ball pretty well today. Cal Raleigh had a home run robbed in the first inning by Joe Adell. We've been able to get all the way up to bases loaded, but we left them stranded. We've had guys at first and third and first and second, but haven't been able to get that next batter to, get those guys home. So big swing and a miss on a 3-2 pitch, and down goes Moncada, and another punch out there by Emerson Hancock. There we go, and that is 2 away. Nice job there by Emerson Hancock, still wheeling and dealing. And next up, 0 for 2, right fielder in the 6-hole, Joe Adell. Angels are on their third pitcher, and we're still on our starter. Hard hit ball by Joe Adell towards that third base line, and foul. Sweeper, 77 miles an hour there by Emerson Hancock, 0-1 count. I mean, we didn't really know if Emerson was ever going to pan out. I mean, you have to remember, he was a first-round pick from Georgia, and it kind of looked like he was going to be a failure, but he finally has been able to, get it together, finally, in 2026. 0-1 pitch, and that is towards third base, and foul. No balls and 2 strikes to Joe Adell. But then, obviously, once Bryce Miller is healthy, then, Emerson Hancock goes, to the bench or to AAA, so At least that's what you would assume, right? 0-2 pitch, low and away. But if he ends up pitching well, can we really afford, to send him down to AAA, And again, Luis Castillo has been better than expected as well in his first start, but we'll see what he does tomorrow on Easter. 1-2 pitch, and a hard hit ball towards third base. Damn it! And that gets past J.P. Crawford. And J.P. dove for it. It's not like it was a lazy effort, but just went past his glove. And that's a nice single there by Joe Adell. Nice job there by Adell. Infield single to J.P. Crawford, just out of reach. And next up is Josh Lowe. And Emerson Hancock might be done now. We got a mound visit with everyone. And that is it. Dan Wilson calls it. And who are we bringing in, Bizzardo or Brash? I think Bizzardo is coming in. Yes, it is. All right, let's look at Emerson Hancock's final line. 6.2 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 5 Ks, 82 pitches, 58 strikes with a .71 ERA. I think that we could have kept him in and finished the inning and then just called it then. But again, let's see if this decision ends up being the smart one or not. But Emerson did a great job in his first 2 starts. Who would have predicted that Logan Gilbert, out of the 5 starters, since Bryce Miller ended up on the injured list in the obviously spring training season, and Emerson filled in for Bryce, who would have thought that Logan Gilbert would be the worst pitcher out of the 5? I don't think anyone predicted that. And Emerson looking like one of the best. Crazy times here in 2026 for the Seattle Mariners. Let's get the Edward Bizzardo photo. Now, obviously, we know Bizzardo and Brash are our best guys in the pen, so I got confidence in Bizzardo to get this out. All right, baby. Edward Bizzardo coming in, getting a few warm-up pitches as we're on our commercial break. And next up, the former Tampa Bay Ray 0-for-2 left fielder Josh Lowe. Gained another sub since the last commercial break. We've gained almost 300 within the first 9 games of the season. Appreciate that. 60 subs to go to 23,700. We're at 2 on the Dono train, 98 to go. So now Edward Bizzardo is in, throw to first. And we have been able to pick off some runners that have been sleeping at first. And Bizzardo tries to test Joe Adell immediately, and he dives back just in time. Nice tag there by Naylor, but just a little late. First pitch. Big swing and a miss by Josh Lowe, 0-1 count. Bottom of the 7th inning, runner at first, Joe Adell with 2 outs. Angels up 1-0. Yeah, and I got confidence that we can come back and win. Hell, if we can win like we did yesterday, all we need is one pitcher to shit the bed for the Angels, and we can win this in regulation or in extras. 0-1 pitch, high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Josh Lowe. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 1-1 pitch, and that ball is fading foul towards left field. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first, Joe Adell, and 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning, 1-0 Los Angeles. And we had Zach Neto with a solo dinger in the first, and that's it. And that's where we're sitting right now, 1-0 Angels. 1-2 pitch, hard hit ball into left field, out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 2 outs. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors by the Angels. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors by the Mariners. And again, we've had bases loaded, stranded. A couple times we've had runners at first and second, first and third stranded. We just need to be able to get that home run. And if we can't get the home run, then we need to be able to get that big RBI. And we obviously saw Cole Young do that yesterday, as well as Josh Naylor. Pitches low and away with that sweeper, 81 miles an hour by Bizzardo. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Josh Lowe. 2-2 pitch, and this time fouls it towards the first baseline. Out of play. Sweeper, 82 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning, 1-0 Angels. Two-two pitch and a hard hit ball. Fuck! Just past Cole Young. And now we got runners at first and third with 2 outs. Probably should have kept Hancock in, but I mean, I trust Bizzardo, but again, clutch hit there by Lowe. And again, we can't give up too many here. If the Mariners are going to win this game, we probably have to keep it within 2 runs or less. If it goes to 3, it probably will be game over, unless we get lucky with a big home run late in the game. But again, we have to try to be able to get out of this inning. We're down 1-0. Let's keep it 1-0. Come on, Bizzardo. Get this last out. Bizzardo on the mound. Next up is Logan O'Hoppe, who's 1 for 2. Hopefully we get a cheap pop-up or ground ball here for a ground out or potentially a strikeout. And Cal with a mound visit with Edward Bizzardo. And I think this is a good time for a mound visit by Cal. He always seems to know, the right time to try to figure out a strategy and settle his pitcher down. One zero Angels. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Come on, Bizzardo. All right, mound visit is concluded, and Bizzardo is on the mound. Logan O'Hoppe 1 for 2 with a K in the box. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Mariners down by a run, and let's keep it that way. Come on, Bizzardo. If you choke on this, we could have just kept Hancock in. His pitch count was still low enough to get the last out. First pitch in there for a strike to O'Hoppe, 0-1 count. Nice sinker there, 95 miles an hour, high and away, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch from Bizzardo. Popped up, and this should be a routine play for Randy Arozarena. There we go. Nice job by Bizzardo. And he gets the job done. We get the cheap pop-up that we needed, and we leave runners stranded. And again, we've had plenty of runners stranded on our end. Nice to be able to do it to the Angels for once. End of the 7th inning, 1-0 Los Angeles. Let's see who's up next for the Mariners, and let's tie this game up or take the lead. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Next up for the Mariners, 2 for 3, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a base on ball, first baseman Josh Naylor. And batting third, 0 for 3 with a K, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 200 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. $60 subs to go, do 23,700. All right, we're at 130 likes, 70 more to get to 200. Let's get it, baby. Could end up having a similar finish, to what happened last night. And again, you didn't really know how it was going to play out. You just wanted to be able to do it for Woo. It was electric, and everyone was electric last night. Andres Munoz striking out the side, and then Gabe Spire getting the job done. And again, not every game is going to be, 5-4 or 6-5. And, sometimes it's nice to have some good pitching early and then the bats come alive with the guys in the pen. But also you're going to have games like this, where it's just a fucking grind and you just don't really know how, things are going to turn up. But again, if we can just get one pitcher in the 8th or the 9th to kind of shit the bed for the Angels, we can take advantage just like we did in the 10th with Cole Young and Josh Naylor and win this. Bachman is in. Okay, let's go, baby. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. First pitch from Sam Bachman, low and away to Julio Rodriguez, 1-0 count. And if someone's going to shit the bed, it might be this guy. That first pitch definitely looked a little shaky based off his body language and where that location was. 1-0 pitch. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Low and away. And again, you just have to be able to notice little subtle signs, shoulders, body language, and the communication with the catcher. 2-0 count from Bachman to Julio. Don't be swinging at garbage, Julio. 2-0 pitch. Fouls that one off high and away. If he wouldn't have swung at that, I think it would have been a 3-0 count. Bachman coming in for Chase Silseth. Come on, Julio. Top of the 8th inning, 1-0 Angels. 2-1 pitch. And Julio pops it up. Hopefully that'll go out of play. It's in foul territory and caught. Oswald Peraza catching that in foul territory. Down goes Julio, and that is 1 away. Next up is the 4-hole hitter, first baseman Josh Naylor. On deck, left fielder Randy Arozarena. First pitch to Naylor, big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Come on, Nails. You've started to get a little better in the last few games, especially last night. Hopefully he'll be able to come up with something here. 0-1 pitch, Naylor, hard hit ball, deep right field. Oh, Joe Adell robbing another home run. You got to be shitting me. He robbed Cal Raleigh in the first inning and robs another home run with Josh Naylor. Holy cow. Unbelievable. The same player robbing 2 home runs in the same game? Got the fuck out of here. What a fucking play by Joe Adell. And robbing Cal Raleigh and Josh Naylor of their first home runs of the season. God damn it. 2 away. Ridiculous. First pitch to Randy is low and away, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch and a hard hit ball. And there we go. It goes into the right field to Joe Adell. And a nice single there by Randy. There's not going to be too many games in this 162-game season where you get one player to rob 2 home runs from the Mariners, but you got to give Joe Adell credit. He's got that athleticism, and he's got the power in the bat to be able to hit 30, 40 home runs as well. But nice job by Randy Arozarena on getting a single there into right field. Next up, 0 for 3 with a K, the Italian Stallion DHing Dominic Canzone. And it looks like Bachman is out. They said, we've seen enough of you. If we keep you in, we're going to lose. And then Drew Pomeranz is coming in. All right, we got another pitching change. All right, the former Cub, Drew Pomeranz, coming in and facing Dominic Canzone. Rough start so far, 0 for 3 with a K, but maybe this will be the ball that's hit not at Joe Adell, and then maybe we can actually get a home run for once in this game. Top of the 8th inning with a runner at first and 2 outs. Angels 1-0. We've had 2 home runs robbed today by Joe Adell, one by Cal in the first, and one there by Josh Naylor here in the top of the 8th. And we still got to just, face the adversity, and hopefully we'll be able to get one more chance, and maybe it won't get hit to Joe Adell, or if it does, it goes actually over his head. He's got great leaping ability, and he's proven it twice here tonight. Top of the 8th inning, 1-0 Angels. And we gained 2 more subs since the last commercial break. 58 subs to go to 23,700. And we're on a commercial break as we're waiting for Pomeranz to warm up here. And we are at 141 likes, 59 to get to 200. Game isn't over yet. We were able to win in the 10th inning yesterday, when the game was 0-0 forever. So, it's not like we're down 5-0 right now. We're down 1, so we still got a chance. Oh, God, they put in Ref Snyder? Fuck. At least Ref Snyder ended up getting 2 walks yesterday for the best game that he's had so far, but he is a strikeout machine. 1-0 pitch. Ref Snyder with a hard hit laser towards third base and foul. And again, these teams, the Guardians, the Yankees, and the Angels, they purposely put in these lefties to give us, worse lineups. So that way we can't have, the Canzones and the Rayleys. And, again, we need those guys playing, every day with Brandon Donovan, who's hurt with the groin, who's day-to-day with Cole Young. It's hard to win games, when you can only have 2 out of your, 4 guys that have been doing the best. And today we only have 1 out of 4 after a few of the other guys have exited. Pitch fouled off there by Ref Snyder with the knuckle curve by Pomeranz. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Rob Ref Snyder. And a ball hit towards third base and a fielder's choice at second, and down goes Randy, and we leave him stranded again. And that is out number 3. But if there's an MVP today, it definitely is Zach Neto for the home run, but specifically Joe Adell robbing 2 home runs. Because even if we don't get any of the other, runners home, we could have at least a 2-1 lead if those home runs don't get robbed by Joe. And Adell has been the man here today. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th inning and see who's up next here for the Angels. Still a little bit of life left for us. We're only down 1. Next up for the Angels, 2 for 3 with a run and an RBI. Shortstop, leadoff hitter Zach Neto, who hit a home run in the first inning. Batting second, 0 for 3, center fielder, future Hall of Famer Mike Trout. And batting third, 1 for 3 in the 3-hole, first baseman Nolan Shonowell. And will they keep Bizzardo in, or are they going to put someone else in? Bizzardo only had 9 pitches, so I assume he'll be back out there. All right, baby. Bottom of the 8th, 1-0 Angels. And Oswald Peraza is leading off here for the Angels. Batting second is Zach Neto. Batting third, Mike Trout. First pitch from Bizzardo, high and away. 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike right down the middle from Bizzardo to Peraza. 1 ball and 1 strike here in the bottom of the 8th with nobody on and no outs. One pitch in there for a strike by Edward Bizzardo. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Oswald Peraza. I did not. Yeah, Moncada has been playing today. 1-2 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Oswald Peraza. Sweeper 84 miles an hour missing by Bizzardo. 2-2 pitch, high and inside. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Bizzardo to Peraza. And obviously we know Easter is tomorrow. I'm visiting family, so unfortunately I won't be back in time to do the game here on the channel, but I will be watching. It starts at like 1:10 Pacific, but I will be back live on Monday when we face the Rangers. And that's popped up. Cal Raleigh in foul territory, and he gets it, and that is 1 away. So I think I'm only going to miss 2 games all year. Tomorrow for Easter, since I won't be back in town in time. And then obviously on the 4th of July, I'll be going to the game at T-Mobile where we play the Blue Jays. And then I'll be live for the rest of the 160 games here on the channel. And we have Luis Castillo on the mound, so I feel pretty confident if he pitches like he did in his first start, we should have a good chance to win tomorrow. Next up is Zach Neto. First pitch from Bizzardo to Neto. Low and away. Sinker 95 miles an hour by Edward Bizzardo. 1-0 count. Got to keep it at 1. If it goes to 2 or 3, at that point, we may not be able to come back. But if we can keep it at 1, we should still have a chance. And at the very most, 2. If it goes to 3, game over. But if they score 1 more, it'll be really tough. But if we can keep it at 1, it definitely feels like there's a chance as long as they bring in a pitcher that is a little shaky like they did in the 10th yesterday. Pitch fouled off there by Neto. 1-1 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Bizzardo to Neto. Bottom of the 8th inning, nobody on and 1 out. Angels up 1-0 with a Zach Neto solo dinger in the first inning. 2-1 pitch, popped up. Behind the plate and out of play. Count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes from Bizzardo to Neto. I don't think Neto's going to hit another home run. He's played well today, 2 for 3 with a run and an RBI, but I don't think Neto will hit one here. At least I hope not. Well, anybody down 1-0 in the bottom of the 8th, Vegas is going to have losing. 2-2 pitch. High and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Bizzardo to Neto. Like, who is Vegas going to have down 1-0 and they're going to have them favored? Nobody. Come on, my guy. 3-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, and that is strike 3. There is no Neto home run for Hawks 420, and that is 2 away. Next up, in the 2-hole, center fielder, future Hall of Famer Mike Trout. And Trout's 0 for 3 today. We're going to have to try to make it 0 for 4, which will be tough. First pitch to Trout to gets a strike high and away. That looked more like a ball to me, but that's what the ump calls. 0-1 count. Bottom of the 8th inning, nobody on and 2 outs. It's like it was right on the corner. 0-1 pitch on the corner again. No balls and 2 strikes to Mike Trout. Bottom of the 8th inning with nobody on and 2 outs. Angels up 1-0 with a Zach Neto home run in the first inning, and that's everything that's been scored at this point. Back-to-back sinkers by Bizzardo. 0-2 pitch to Trout. High and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Bizzardo to Trout. Come on, Bizzardo, finish. Got him! And it's not often, that Mike Trout goes 0 for 4 in a game. He might be older now. He is an OG, but he still has a little bit of speed in the outfield. But I'm happy that he didn't, hit a home run there to kind of end our hopes. All right, we're going to the top of the 9th inning. Last chance for the Mariner fans here, as well as myself. Let's see if we actually have bats good enough to tie this game up or possibly to win. Next up for the Mariners, 1 for 2 with a base on ball and a K. Shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Second baseman, Cole Young. All right. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a base on ball and a K. Third baseman today, Leo Rivas. And obviously, you definitely have felt the missed presence of Brandon Donovan. That could have been the difference for us. I mean, we were able to get a few hits. We had 2 home runs robbed by Joe Adell. We had Cal Raleigh with a home run in the first, robbed by Joe. And then obviously in the 8th, we had a home run robbed by Josh Naylor. And that would have been awesome to have Cal and Naylor homer, because then obviously it would bleed over into Julio and Randy and the others. But you got to give Joe Adell credit. And now we're down to our last 3 batters before we go into Easter tomorrow with Luis Castillo La Piedra on the mound. And I still have faith. And again, thankfully, we're only down a run. If we were down 2 or more, it's probably game over based on how we played. But, it's not like we haven't, gotten any hits today. I mean, we've gotten 5 hits. We've had guys at first and third and stranded, first and second, bases loaded, stranded. So it's not like we have 0 hits today or 1. But again, we haven't been able to come up with the big clutch hit when it mattered. And when we did, it got robbed by Joe Adell twice, unfortunately. And that probably will never happen the rest of the season, having one player rob 2 home runs in the same game. At least I hope it doesn't happen again. Jordan Romano coming in. All right, Mariners, try dance up. Let's go M's. Jordan Romano in the box, J.P. Crawford. Romano on the mound, J.P. Crawford in the box. First pitch by Romano, low and at the knees. Good start, 1-0 count. Come on, J.P. J.P. Crawford's 1 for 2 with a base on ball and a K. Just be patient here, J.P. And we got Cole Young on deck, who's been our savior so far this season. Without Cole Young and Brandon Donovan, we probably would only have 1 or 2 wins. 1-0 pitch, high and away. I like this. 2 balls and no strikes to J.P. Crawford. Come on, Mariners. 2-0 pitch, low and at the knees. And we're going to get challenged by Ohapi. Hopefully this ends up being a 3-0 count, but Ohapi is challenging. Let's look. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Just barely on the corner. Unbelievable. Like by a fucking millimeter. Jesus. That would have been really sweet to have a 3-0 count for JP. 2 balls and 1 strike to JP Crawford. Great challenge there by Ohapi. Oh, 2-1 pitch. JP Crawford, hard hit ball, deep right field. Oh! Did Joe Adell catch that? Oh my God, Joe Adell robbed another home run and he falls into the crowd. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. The 3rd home run robbed and he jumps into the crowd and still hangs on to the ball. This is unbelievable. I've been a fan of the Mariners since 1985. I have never seen one player rob 3 home runs from the Mariners in a game, ever. Seattle is challenging. Unbelievable. And once JP hit it, I knew he had a chance. And again, why can't we get these home runs deeper than Joe Adell's area? And look at Joe. He's looking up, and he jumps into the crowd in the front row. But does he hang on to it? We can't tell, because obviously he lands in the front row. I mean, he brings the glove up and shows that he has it, but does he really have it? Can't tell. You can't see it. I mean, the fans are cheering and whatnot. It looks like he hung on to it with his glove, but I mean, you can't visually see. He does bring the glove up very quickly, and it's obviously in there, but I mean, obviously it can hit the ground and you can scoop it quickly and bring your glove up. That's going to be a hard thing to review. I mean, if you don't have a camera, over there into the stands, into the seats where you can actually physically see in the first row, did he really catch it or did he drop it and then scoop it quickly and raise his hand? And it's an out. Damn. Joe Adell robbing 3 home runs. And again, I've been a fan since 1985, and I've never seen a player rob 3 home runs on the Mariners in a game. Unbelievable. Robbing a home run by Cal Raleigh in the first, robbing a home run in the 8th by Josh Naylor, and robbing a home run in the top of the 9th by J.P. Crawford. Unbelievable. I mean, but again, if we hit it farther, then we won't have this problem. But all the baseballs have been just, in that first couple row area. Unbelievable. That probably will never, ever happen again in Seattle Mariner history. Unbelievable. First pitch into Cole Young, 1-0 count. I mean, even if it was done by 3 separate players, it's insane. But just the simple fact it was the same guy, Joe Adell, unbelievable. Give him some kudos and credit, but God, this stings. 1-0 pitch, low and at the knees. 2 balls and no strikes to Cole Young. Unbelievable. I'm in shock right now. Unbelievable. 2-0 pitch, high and away. Count now is 3 balls and no strikes to Cole Young. Slider 82 miles an hour there. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike to Cole Young. Takes that strike looking. 3 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the 9th inning, Angels up 1-0, and the Mariners have been robbed 3 times of home runs by Joe Adell. Unbelievable. 3-1 pitch, hard hit ball towards first base and foul. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Cole Young. Man, unbelievable defensive. And I'm a defensive fan. I love defensive effort, but that last home run where he fell into the crowd, I mean, people are going to be talking about this game for many, many years. And we're never going to forget this. 3-2 pitch, popped up. Should be a routine play for the Angels here in the infield. And that is 2 away. And everything that we had, all the air just got kind of sucked out. Not necessarily out of the fans in the stadium, but for all the Mariner fans in the dugout, or all the Mariner players in the dugout and the Mariner fans watching, obviously in the crowd and at home. And that is 2 away. Wow, unbelievable. Joe Adell, you're the man. I mean, there's just nothing you can say. You can't say anything negative. I mean, what a hell of an effort by him. Maybe one of the best defensive games I've ever seen. Just why did it have to happen against us? Next up is Leo Rivas. First pitch to Leo is high and away, 1-0 count. Slider 82 miles an hour there by Romano. 1-0 pitch. High and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Leo Rivas. Why couldn't one of those fucking home runs went further, than just the front row, the first row? Like all 3 home runs, Cal Raleigh in the first, Naylor in the 8th, and J.P. Crawford were just barely over the wall. Like, tough. 2-0 pitch in there for a strike looking. But I guess that's just, what happens in baseball sometimes, right? 2 balls and 1 strike to Leo Rivas. And it just definitely feels it's just inevitable that, we're going to lose this game now. 2-1 pitch and a hard hit ball towards first base and foul. And we're down to our last strike here for Leo Rivas. Yeah, all 3 look like no doubt. And especially that last one, I was like, as soon as I saw him jump into the crowd, I was like, oh no. Because I know Joe Adell's got that athleticism. Hell, he almost hit 40 homers last season, and I saw him rob home runs last year. You just don't think it's ever going to happen to you in your favorite team, especially 3 times in a game by the same guy. Give them credit, and we definitely need La Piedra or Luis Castillo to win it tomorrow for us. Big swing and a miss, and down goes Leo Rivas, and that is the ball game. Wow, they're going to be talking about the Joe Adell game for many, many years to come. GG to all the Angel fans. I don't know what to say. We tried everything in our power to be able to get off the schneid with these home runs. We had Cal Raleigh in the first, robbed by Joe Adell, in the 8th inning, Josh Naylor robbed by Joe Adell. And then the most dramatic one, of course, it was the last one in the top of the ninth, J.P. Crawford. Joe Adell jumping and grabbing the first two, and then actually diving into the front row and falling into the crowd and hanging on to out number 1 and getting that out on J.P. Crawford. And that is ball game. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, again, you can't win them all. And again, Joe Adell, I see you. GG to all the Angel fans. This one is definitely going to sting. Happy early Easter to everyone tomorrow. Obviously, I'm going to be visiting family, and the game is on at 1. I'm not going to be home in time, so I will be watching on the road. And then we will be doing the Rangers and the Mariners on Monday. And I'm praying that Luis Castillo will be able to pitch a gem so that way we can end up winning the series 2 out of 3. Let's go over the stat line here real quick before we go. All right, so let's start off with the Angels. Zach Neto, 2 for 4 with a home run. Trout, 0 for 4. Nolan Schanuel, 1 for 3. Jorge Soler, 1 for 3. Yohan Moncada, 0 for 3. Adam Frazier didn't get a chance to hit. Joe Adell, 1 for 3, but robbing 3 home runs. I've never seen that before. Josh Lowe, 1 for 3. Ohapi, 1 for 3. And Oswald Peraza, 0 for 3. And then on the flip side, Luke Raley, 0 for 4. Cal Raleigh, 0 for 4. We really could have used Brendan Donovan today, but at least he's day-to-day with the groin. Julio had a good game, 2 for 4. Naylor, 1 for 3. Randy, 1 for 4. Canzone, 0 for 3. Ref Snyder, pinch hitting, 0 for 1. JP, 1 for 3. And then, unfortunately, Cole Young and Leo Rivas, 0 for 3. And Emerson Hancock did a pretty good job. 6.2 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 5 Ks, and only 82 pitches. And then Bizzardo came in, pitching 1.1 innings pitched, only gave up a hit and had 2 Ks, 25 pitches, 16 strikes. But again, when you get one single player to rob 3 home runs, that's the difference. We could have won 3-1, and we end up losing 1-0. Bash with the tour. Appreciate all the love and the support. And we're going to get them tomorrow. Everyone have a happy Easter. I wish I could be here on stream. I hate missing streams. You know, I work on my birthday. I work on Thanksgiving. I work on Christmas. If the game was on at 5 p.m. or even 4 p.m., I would be able to do it. But unfortunately, it's on at 1, and I just won't be able to be back in time. But I will be watching on the road with all of y'all. And hopefully we can get the dub tomorrow to win the series. And then I will be back on the channel on Monday where we play the Rangers. And we know that is not going to be an easy test. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. Final score, Angels 1, Mariners 0. And the MVP of the game, Joe Adell, robbing 3 home runs. 1 by Cal Raleigh in the first inning, 1 by Josh Naylor in the 8th, and last but not least, J.P. Crawford in the top of the 9th. And obviously Zach Neto getting the solo dinger, giving them the 1-0 victory. Shout out to the Angels and the Angel fan base, GG. And again, I'm looking forward to the challenge tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be able to get them. Like, sub, donate, comment, share on your way out. Final score, Angels 1, Mariners 0. And I got one question for you. Who you know talks sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I am out. Tridents up, go Mariners.